Here is how we spend time throughout our lives. The data source is from American Time Use Survey and Our World in Data. So here is a graph that shows the time spent with our family. We have a lot of time spent with our family, starting off at more than 4 hours a day in our teens, and then it drops significantly by the time we reach our early 30s. And it kind of plateaus out as we get older. Kind of crazy, but this is true. And I do feel the older I get, the more lonely I feel. And right now, I currently live alone as a person in their mid 20s. Here's how much time we spend with our friends. So, in the beginning, it peaks at 18, probably from university, and then it drops afterwards because people start caring more about their career. And then as they get further into their career, that decreases. And by the time we get to our early 30s again, that kind of plateaus out around just less than 1 hour a day. I think this is partially why I see a lot of people say that they're lonely in their late 20s onwards, especially for me as well. I do feel that I'm way lonelier than I've ever felt before in all of my previous ages. And this is the graph that shows the time we spent with our partner. So in our teen years, we are forbidden by our parents to date, but it rises a lot. And by the time we reach to our late 20s, there's a huge spike to 3 hours a day, plateaus, and by the time we get to our 60s, that increases again to 4 hours a day. And of course, there's a drop off because I'm assuming it's death. Here's the time we spend with our children. So, most people don't have children yet in their teens, but it starts to increase, peaks around their early to mid 30s, all across, and it decreases as we get older and plateaus out after we get to our 60s. So, we spend less and less time with our children and more time with their partner just to show how important your partner is. Crazy is here how much we spend time with our coworkers. And of course, we don't start working yet until our mid 20s, and you can see that there's a huge spike, plateaus out with a slight decrease. And by the time we reach retirement age, that's when we start decreasing all the way until we're older. So, this is a majority part of our life, and that's why people hire for culture and personality fit a lot more because you would be spending so much time, more than 3 hours a day, more than the time you spend with your children and your partner and your family for most of your adulthood with your coworkers. So you should be getting along well. And the loneliest fact here is this is how much time we spend alone. In our teen years, we're probably always surrounded with our friends and family, and then as we get older, there's a huge spike, especially after our mid 30s. The time we spend alone is even higher. In summary, those are the time spent across different aspects of our lives and the people we spend it with. Majority of time, we will be spending it alone.